Hey guys, what's going on? I just wanted to make just a quick video, just kind of just recapping everything the Strike Trader Elite does for you guys. Just maybe some information on like how you can actually be trading with this, because I know we have a lot of members that have questions here and there that they're hitting us up in support, that are messaging us in Discord and things like that. So I kind of wanted to clear some things up with the Strike Trader Elite system. And so, as you most of you know, well, everybody I guess would know that this is not a robot. So it's not going to be able to take every single trade. And I think someone mentioned about the 70% win rate. So if that was the case with every single signal, we would literally just have a robot trading this thing the entire day and making tons of money. But unfortunately, on 15-minute time frame, it's not exactly that easy, but the system still works and you still can get a 70% win rate. You just got to make sure you're trading the right signals. And that's why we give you all those nice informational videos about the system and how we were able to do that consistently, and what kind of like what to look for with Strike Trader Elite trades. Um, but we've been adding in different things, different elements like the based on the ATR, so you can trade on those higher time frames. That way you don't have to be sitting in front of your charts with this thing. But we have so many cool little things like this dashboard and all these signals that we offer. So really, how I've been trading this the last since we got this scanner, it's because it's been really helping because I'm actually trading this along with you guys because I really want to make sure it's working, and it's going pretty good. But I just wanted to show you how I'm doing it. So maybe if some of you still have some questions about it, I can maybe clear up some things here. So basically, all I do is come on to MetaTrader. This is MetaTrader 4. We can throw MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5. I prefer MetaTrader 4, and so really what I do is just go up here. I'll open up a new chart. Um, let's just take away some of these charts. Open up a new chart, and actually I'll just go here first to our small. This is a small time frame. So I don't know if I've explained this. I think I did, but the smalls are the defaults. That's a 15-minute time frame. That's going to be 30 points. It's going to go, or it's going to be 30 pips target, 15 pips stop loss, and that is our defaults. That's where the system was designed for. Then we got our large, which is based on the ATR, and that is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit different take profits and stop loss. It's going to be a little bit higher because a 30 pip target on a 4-hour time chart is just a little bit ridiculous, and especially a 15 pip stop. So we kind of based on the ATR. So the signal is the same. All these are going to be the same exact signal. The only thing different is those take profit and stop loss recommendations are going to be a little bit different. And we found that using ATR on the higher time frames actually seemed to work. So that's kind of why we did that. Because we had a couple people that are just like, well, I don't really trade 15-minute to 5-minute. So we went ahead and we did some things, and that seemed to work with the higher time frames. So really all I do is just throw this on to the chart, which just gives us our push, our pulse, our dashboard, everything else, and then go to 15-minute time. Well, really, I guess this really doesn't matter. What I do this first is just look at the dashboard. So the pair you're on, it really doesn't matter. So I'm going to go up here to the dashboard, and this is our 15-minute time chart. With our defaults 30 pips and 15 pips. So if there's really no signals, like right now there really isn't any signals at all on especially on the defaults 15 minutes. But if you remember, if you look at some of our trainings, is you can trade this on the 5-minute, the 15-minute, and the 30 minutes. So if you don't see anything at 15-minute, don't think that there is no signals at all, because there still is. There most likely is, I should say. And so I do see one here, and it actually looked to be a really good trade that I missed. But what I really love most about this dashboard, and it's seriously one of the best features, is you just can literally click on the chart and then just go ahead and see the trade in action. So this looked like a really good trade. It looked like it signaled here, and it just kind of stayed flat until it actually broke down. So that would have been a really nice trade. I wish I would have got into that. I must have missed it. I probably was away from my charts, and it's one bummer sometimes about these quick trades is you sometimes miss them, which is fine because there's going to be a lot more. That's what's good about trading on the lower time frames is it seems like there's just so many signals that if you miss one, you just gotta reload and find the other signals. So yeah, this looks to be the only signal at this time with the strike, and that seems to be a really good signal. Right now, it doesn't look like there's really much else going on with it. I mean, we might be able to add into this like right now to maybe get these 20 pips here, but I just don't know if it's probably the right move at this point. This would have been probably the better entry up here, especially when it broke here. This is when it really went crazy. So this would have been actually another really great trade to enter in or add on to your position as well. So yeah, so that's really what I do first. That's really the first thing I do. And then if there isn't anything, what I did is, and I could probably get our guy to throw this into the and then install it for our next update. Is I actually added templates. It's like very easy to add templates. So what I've did is this: I have a scanner template. So I have the scanner for the ATR, which is there's different take profit and stop losses, and then I also have a scanner for all the pairs. This is the defaults, and then I have just the default settings. Um, Actually, these are pretty much the same, so I don't know why I have. I think this must just be for something else. Oh, this is just this right here. Only it's a little bit bigger. I made it a little bit bigger. So yeah, I made the font size a little bit bigger. I kind of like I like adjusting it a little bit, and that's why we gave you all these different settings. But here's all. So I go to all pairs, and then so here's a couple. Now be cautious whenever you start trading with the non-recommended. So all the recommended are blue, and then the ones that are not recommended are not blue. So be a little bit careful whenever you're trading these, but you can still trade them. And I've traded a few already, and it worked out pretty good. But you do want to make sure it looks like a good signal, and this looks to be like a decent signal, especially if it breaks this. I don't know if I would actually be interested in that though. Um, so yeah, so that's one thing as I look at the other pairs and see if there's anything interesting. This actually looks pretty interesting. But again, this isn't like exactly the most recommended thing, but it's nice to see that it does work with other pairs, and this actually looked like a pretty good break of this level. So this might be actually a good place to go long. Um, but yeah, so that's another thing you can do. You can check out those other pairs, and then if you still don't see anything, let's just go to the defaults. Oh, this is why I did this. Well, let's just get back to this because because here you can change the different time frames. So let's look at the 5-minute time chart, and there still doesn't look like there's too many signals. There is a USDN. I think I'm going to be getting into this today. This is on the 5-minute chart, but I'm not interested until it breaks this level. I don't think I'm going to get into this trade until it breaks this level. So just because I think once it breaks that, it's going to be a pretty nice trade. Right now, it's just kind of doing its own little thing, but I think once it breaks this level, it's going to be a really good trade. And so yeah, so I mean that's what you got to do. Just go to different time frames. So these are the default. Wait, let me see here. Let me go up here. Yeah, these are the default calculating points. And so when you're on the points, when you're doing the calculating points, I would only be looking. A minute chart is rough. It's so quick down here. I mean, you can trade it, but man, it's just be very cautious. I would stick with it, especially if you're going for the 30 pip target. I'm sticking with the 5-minute, the 15-minute, and the 30-minute. That's the bread and butter. That's the strategy, and I think that's going to be where you want to go. And I saw it on 30 minutes, so I'm probably going to follow the 30-minute chart. See how the 30-minute has a little bit higher than the 5-minute signal. And so that's probably sorry about that. It's probably the signal that I'm going to be going for. Um, But anyways, so let's go back here, and so yeah, that's the one with points. And then if you still don't see anything, if you still don't see any signals, either A, walk away for a little bit and then come back until there is some signals, or you could jump over to the ATR settings. And then what you want to do with the ATR, I actually should change this. I'm actually going to change this. I need to do, let's just go all symbols here. Because if you're doing specific symbols where our defaults, it's only going to show for minute, 15-minute time chart. So just switch them to all symbols, and you're going to be able to see other time frames. So with this, I would stick with the ATR settings. I would stick with the hour, the 4-hour, and you could probably go daily, but the hour and 4-hour for sure. So let's see if we have any other signals, and there really isn't anything else that's very interesting. Just another, just the same signal. It's still only a little bit higher, so I'm definitely gonna be getting in this USD yen. It's gonna have to wait for a break there. So yeah, so there really isn't much else. Really isn't much else here with all the settings. So that's it. So I mean, if there's no signals and there's signals, you don't want to force anything. If there isn't anything there, don't trade it. And there's always going to be another trade, especially with this system. Probably 30 minutes from now, there's going to be some other signals and stuff like that. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about it too much if you don't see any signals. But I really do think, and the more I trade it, the more I see it, is the USD yen is just rock solid with this strategy. It's just rock solid, and I think I got in this trade. I could probably pull on my market watch, but I did get in this trade, I think here, and that it did get in that one. But the yeah, the USD yen pair is really good. A lot of the times it will, or not a lot of times, but sometimes it will do this stuff on you. But I did not trade this just because it seemed like it was just in this little conglomeration area, and this one was a nice little quick winner. And if you would have moved it, most likely you're going to be moving your stop loss from here to here. So this one probably would have been a break even. But a lot of the times with the USD yen, I mean, you see stuff like this. As soon as it triggers, it's gonna hit the take profit 1, go for take profit 2. This one, and you got to be a little bit aware of because sometimes 15-minute or 15 pips doesn't make sense at the time. So for instance, maybe here, you would have had your stop loss here instead of here, because it just doesn't make sense to have your stop loss right here, because you got these levels here, and you got these coming down here as well. So you probably wanted it like right here. So you technically still, if you stayed in it, you technically still could have been profitable with this. So I wouldn't we do have recommended 15 pip hard stop, but sometimes you can be a little bit like right in this stop, you put it right there, right above this support, right above the resistance. It just always makes sense to just do that. And then what you could do is, to keep the 2-to-1, you could always just move this down a little bit more. So you're still honoring the 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. You're just kind of moving your up. So that's kind of how, I mean, that's how kind of trading is as well. Not every trade is going to be the same ever. So it's kind of why it's a little bit difficult sometimes to actually have the points. But that's really the only way that we could figure it out for the system. So just make sure you're aware of that every time you're making trades. But yeah, the USD yen, I would highly recommend you guys check out that pair with the Strike Trader Elite, because I think it's probably the best out of all the recommended pairs that we have and that we've tested. So Yeah, so you definitely want to check that out. So if you guys have any questions, I just kind of wanted to show you how I've been trading with this. Now this is MetaTrader. We do have it on TradingView, and TradingView version literally works the same thing. Only it's only based on that ATR settings. So you're not going to be able to actually get. You can calculate in there as points. It was just super difficult to get that. It's going to be the same signals. They're always going to be the same signals. However, just that to get the 30 pip stop and a 20 pip, or the 30 pip, I'm sorry, the 30 pip target, and then the 15 pip stop loss was a little bit difficult to manage on there. So we ended up just only using the ATR. That way you can trade it with crypto, with stocks. Apple was killing it. If you go on the back test settings, it was absolutely killing it with Apple. We haven't really dabbled a lot with stocks with Strike, but that's definitely something that we really want to maybe put some more focus on. If you guys trade stocks, I mean, mainly for forex, this was for, but it is looking like it works really well with stocks and options and all that other good stuff. So if you guys have any questions, please go in the Discord room. I mean, that's the reason why we made the room, is to answer your guys' questions, for everybody to be able to talk with each other. I mean, everybody's literally trading the same signals, and so we thought, what better way than to have a trading room with everybody trading the exact same signals. So I try to shoot out whenever I'm taking a trade, where I'm trading it and everything. But sometimes I don't. Maybe I'm not there in the room to be able to share that information. But it's definitely something that we really want you to be using. I know we got over, like, I think like 200, 300 people now, or 200, 200 of you guys. So we really want to make this thing awesome. So hopefully you guys will be in there asking some questions and interacting with the community. So yeah, again, any questions, like I said, hit us up in Discord and I'll be around. If anybody has any specific questions, just let me know. I'm more than willing to jump on a call with you, or I can even just shoot out another video like this. I just kind of wanted to answer some questions, some common questions about the strategy here, and so we could push forward. Thanks, guys.